Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see, in this game we've got np21 playing the Tier 7 Imperial Japanese Navy destroyer Shiratsuyu. Now this is a very fun ship. It's not as fun to play as it was when it was introduced for a variety of reasons. One, of course, was that it was introduced quite a long time ago, and there were nowhere near as many games with CVs, and there were nowhere near as many games with radar and hydro. In addition, when this ship rolled out, it had the ability to have smoke and the torpedo reload booster simultaneously. And you can see that it no longer has that availability. Now you can either choose smoke or the torpedo reload booster. Now, it may have been a little overpowered when it was rolled out for that reason. But I honestly think at this point it could probably be just fine. I mean, it's there's a Tier 7 premium that's kind of set up that way, and it's really not considered that good of a destroyer. I don't expect that it would really be that big of a deal. But this is the current condition of the ship. And I don't know anything at all about this game, so we're going to be learning about it together. In terms of matchmaking, well, at least there's only one CV. That's a good thing, right? We've all seen games where there are occasionally two on each team. So that's a plus. In terms of other threats, well, Lishkovitsa, definitely a threat. Gaida, definitely a threat. Nicholas, definitely a threat. All of them outgun the Shiratsuyu. Now you can see that the torpedo range is 10 kilometers, so there is a possibility of catching the Duca here, but the Duca's fast. And the Duke is also really good at smashing DDs. So hopefully our hero will not be seen here. And you can see he's activated his speed boost, presumably to be able to maneuver against torpedoes. And one thing I will comment on here is that he's sitting broadside in the cap to the likely approach of torpedoes. In general, I like to recommend that if you're going to try and cap, approach the cap, turn around, and reverse into the cap. Generally speaking, assuming that you're not dealing with a French TD that has almost twice your speed. Generally speaking, you can do that and reverse into the cap before the other team secures it. And that allows you to accelerate away from problems and also to show the enemy the most narrow profile to limit incoming damage, both from torpedoes, which of course right now if torpedoes arrive, you get the full length of the ship to hit. If he were angled a little bit better, I think you could narrow that considerably. Anyway, so that's one thing I want to make sure I mention. He is able to scoot right by, and it looks like he's going to try and stay in the cap. You can see he's got a detection radius of 5.8 kilometers. So he's going to fare pretty well so long as the CV doesn't decide to harass him and keep him busy. But the fact that he doesn't have smoke is, well, it's a handicap in a game with CVs in. There's really no two ways about that. Now you can see that his detection range against aircraft is really small. This Furataka is he's just suicidal. I don't think I would even have considered trying to help that guy. That guy was just a red team freebie, really. And did I see that that the Furataka asked for support from np21? I don't know what he thinks np21 could have done. Rush in there and die with him, I guess. It's going to be tough here. Nicholas is pushed in to try and secure the cap. That's two volleys that didn't hit anything. And Nicholas has pretty decent guns, so hopefully he's going to get some help here, np21 I mean. And kind of forced to leave the cap. 47 seconds until torpedoes are back up. But he does have the reload booster that he can use. I think I'd probably hang on to it like he is, and let's hope that the Nicholas gets sunk. Now you're seeing the glacially slow torpedo, or excuse me, turret traverse on the Japanese destroyers. Byron just kind of sitting there, 21 seconds until the torpedoes are back up. I wonder if Byron didn't go AFK, or maybe disconnect. It's really weird that he's just sitting there. I don't see him shooting. This might be a free kill for our hero if his torpedoes get there. No, the guns are facing this way. And torpedoes are going to be away as soon as they're loaded. Well, let's all hope the Byron just sits there. Got to be careful here. There is Lishkovitsa kind of dead ahead. And that Hawkins guns are nothing to joke about. They are really, really strong against DDs. np21, I think wisely not pushing any closer. You can see his detection radius on the minimap there. Yeah, I think that Byron, he must have disconnected or something. And he's about to eat a face full of torpedoes. I think he's going to probably at least 3, maybe 4. Looks like 4, and that's going to be enough. Down goes Byron. I have to say, I might have hung on to the reload booster there rather than just kind of throwing them into that space. Yeah, you can certainly make an argument for throwing torpedoes into an area that you think the red ships are going to traverse, but just because of his range, I think probably hanging on to him might have made more sense. We'll see. Both teams now down 4 ships. Bad guys do have a points advantage on the back of having secured both the Alpha and the Charlie cap. But our hero is about to get into the Alpha cap, and he's going to help contest that. That T-22 is dead. He just doesn't know it yet. And Koenig is probably not going to be far behind him. Koenig has a lot more HP, but I think the combined firepower of Duca. Well, no, Hawkins is gone. I may have spoken too soon. Okay, Lishkovitsa is going the other way, and Lishkovitsa doesn't have the torpedo range to be a problem here, so I think if our hero just sits tight, he's probably in good shape to secure this cap. Now, the good guys are down to 6 ships. Bad guys are only down to 7 ships. So the bad guys have a decided advantage in terms of ships and also points. Lishkovitsa now way out there. And you can see the torpedoes on this thing. They're not what I would call fast. They're probably transatlantic freight liners that move much faster than the torpedoes on this thing. Koenig does go down. New York finishes him off. Yeah, that's kind of a dangerous spot to hang out. I might be falling back here myself, but we'll see. Might be some island cover from the Duca, who goes dark now. Have to hope that the Lishkovitsa player doesn't really understand the strengths of the ship. Lishkovitsa pushes in here and gets caught by a torpedo. That's, of course, one thing, but in terms of guns, I have to give the edge to the Lishkovitsa. But the alpha damage on these guns is good. You know, land 3 of them, that's pretty darn strong. Liska looks like he's just going to smoke up and keep running. I'm not sure I understand that. Peter Quinn, that's kind of a foolhardy move, but And np21 is going to blap him here. Nicely done. Yeah, that was just a pointless YOLO from the Bushkovitsa there. And np21 said, hey, thanks for the free kill. Now, if you're keeping score, np21's having a really good game. He's finished off a couple ships, landed 4 torpedoes, put guns on things, started 3 fires, 62,000 plus damage, and there's still almost 10 minutes left in the game. But the good guys are down to 3 ships. Bad guys still have 6. So this is definitely going to be a real challenge. Not that it can't be won, but it's going to be an uphill slog. Now you can see the Furious down there at, well, what is it, I-8? I-9? He's in big trouble. I mean, he's about to get sunk. There's no way he survives this. He's got Gaida, Congo. Ooh, New York. I think I'd probably just sit here and take advantage of these next 6 seconds of smoke. I don't think New York's going to be able to do anything about those torpedoes, even if he starts turning right now. His rudder shift is so slow. And the New York is about to sink. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another devastating strike. Very well done. That was fun to watch. And the good guys are still in this. I mean, they're only down, what, 140 points, something like that? Pretty close to that. They're also down 2 ships, but they have 2 caps. And the bad guys only have 1, and it looks like the Durflinker is going to finish off Duca. As long as he doesn't need any torpedoes, I think he's going to do the job. Duca's guns are, well, I liken them to, if you're of a certain age, you remember having cork pop guns. You know, you stick a cork in the end of it, and it would shoot out, and it was impossible to hurt anything with it, and it would probably only travel, 4 or 5 feet tops. But that's kind of how I look at the guns on the Duca. If you're firing on a destroyer, they're really, really great. Flat trajectories, high velocity, but against a battleship, not so much. Let's see, I think I'd probably wait, hold the torps till I know exactly which way the Congo is going to be traveling, and it looks like np21 might be doing that, as he has a look back there at the Durflinger. I think it's probably safe. He's got his reload booster back up too. I don't think I'd throw them all in the same place, but yeah, you roll your dice, you take your chances. If he does catch the Congo, if the Congo continues in the same path, the Congo's about to get sunk. I might have spread it out between the 2 different Congos. And why do I say that? Well, although the other Congo is 12 kilometers away, he's moving this way. And it's possible, I think that Congo's sunk. Yeah, he's in big trouble. He's going to need at least 2 here. And that probably would be enough. And that is kill number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And now this Congo looks like he's going to do the same thing. All right. And np21 is on his way to a possible Kraken here. Time to hit the speed. Gaida is trying to get close enough. You can see it's really tough to pick up speed when you're turning in this thing. And he does get detected by the Gaida. Congo may turn, but at this tier, you never know. I mean, this might be somebody's 30th game. They could potentially be. How do I zoom out? What do you do to turn left? You just never know. There's the Confederate, and the Gaida's liable to get sunk here. I mean, this volley could do it. Nope, all of them land in the water. Gaida says, I'm not going to sit here. He just goes nose in. I think that Congo's in trouble. And he goes down. That's the Kraken Unleashed. And this is great game, np21. Really great. I think the next volley you land is probably going to be the end of the game, so I'll just say congratulations on the Kraken and on a fantastic game. Thanks for sending me the replay. Those of you joining me, thanks. I really appreciate it. Well, I guess we still have to get the CV, don't we? So that's Confederate Kraken and high caliber, sitting at just shy of 131,000 damage, and this is in a low tier match. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that AA going to work. Yeah, that is something. We got a lieutenant junior grade. He's up there on the bow of the ship with a handgun. Not that anything at this tier has AA that's worthy of being called AA, but well, it's 2 ships to 1 now, and although the Derflinger is, well, he doesn't want to count any chickens yet. I think it's a pretty safe bet. But we'll see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, with that many hit points, he's about to get sunk. Yeah, well, this is a little bit more of a nail biter than I was expecting. All right, let's see if we can dodge these. Yeah, nicely done. I can't wait to see what wonderful and engaging new types of weapon systems will be introduced next. I mean, we have rockets and bombs and torpedoes and skip bombs. Maybe next time we'll just have lasers. Maybe next year, right? We've already got tier 11 ships. Maybe lasers are coming, but maybe lasers are at tier 15. Yeah, that's got to be coming eventually, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see a 7-ship game out of our hero here, and this is going to lock up the game. What a great game. Trying to avoid eating a torpedo. It's going to have to get so close. Secondaries are going to work. And now I'll say it again. Great game. Those of you joining me, thanks a bunch, and I'll see you next time.